Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
I'm totally with Mary Trump on this. She's doubling down her criticism of John Stewart's monologue because he came after her then, this past week. She argued that Stewart took a swing at her and missed. She said, I criticized him for erroneously elevating my uncle by claiming we're not suggesting neither man is vibrant, productive, or even capable. Any honest, objective person knows this is completely false. And the kind of both-sidisms I was calling out, I find it dangerous, she said, coming from an incredibly influential public figure because it leads to voter apathy. That was the point I said. Him saying, oh, these two old guys, nobody cares who they're, he is very influential. And I love John. I don't know if you know this, Chris. Here's a fun fact. John and I co-hosted the original version of The Daily Show for a couple of times when they were developing it back in the day.
I didn't see
so
that.
I will stipulate he is someone that became wildly more successful than I am. So it's not jealousy. I'm
not at
very
all
happy for him.
Was this like before,
just disagree
before they brought on Craig Kilborn? He was the first?
It was something. It was called something else.
Okay.
I can't remember. I have
because Kilborn.
Do you want me to go find my old VHS tapes?
I would love that.
Okay. I would. I have a VHS player.
We need to put that on YouTube if you
have
it.
I remember I used a clip of it. I was pretending I was shooting him with a spitball. I went, and he did a very funny. Ow! It was funny.
Would he remember that?
No. Oh God.
Would he remember you?
Oh yeah, because hardly anything else has happened in his career since then.
He saves animals.
Anyway.
I want the tape of that because I have a VHS player and I can digitize from it.
Anyway, Mary said it leads to apathy, which is unconscionable, which is unacceptable in an election year when one side threatens to eliminate our democracy and the other seeks to strengthen it. To her public criticism of his monologue, she argued Stewart pretended my objection to his comment was that he had made a comment at all before listing what he got wrong, mischaracterizing her point, insinuating that she couldn't take a joke and downplaying his supposed influence on voters. He seemed to me very defensive just in the clip I saw and not maybe understanding why people are so sensitive like Mary Trump.
I'd book her.
Pardon me?
I would book her on his show.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah, that would be a great idea. But anyway, so I thought I just wanted to give a shout out to my Lawrence. I think he just sort of highlighted why. And I just keep saying, if anyone should know that both sides don't do it, it's John Stewart. It's like 9/11 responders. He did great work. Mm-hmm. It's Republicans. It's Republicans that block everything. And by the way, I agree with...
You know what? He's been a both sides do it ever since he got in that fight with Paul Begala and who's the other guy on Crossfire?
I forget.
Tucker Carlson.
Was it Tucker Carlson?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, he calls him a D now.
Yeah. So he's obviously right about a lot of stuff, but Tucker Carlson is an enormous
But he
D.
called out Paul Begala in that same thing, and I don't agree with that.
We love Paul Begala.
We love Paul Begala.
Ever since he said Ari Fleischer needs to find a salad bar. Okay.
Yes.
I just agree with Dan Goldman real quick. He tweeted, DOJ must investigate whether and when Grassley, Comer, or Jordan knew that Smirnoff was spreading Russian disinformation. But now that it's public, Comer and Jordan clearly will be conspiring with Putin to interfere in the election if they continue with this bogus impeachment. Thank you. And by the way, to Mary Trump's and Lawrence O'Donnell's point, this whole story was on page 16.
Yeah,
and there were,
that's a problem.
I think 4 stories somewhere in the front page about something Biden old. So, okay. Look alive, Main Street.
This was the single most childish question the White House press corps delivered.
Mr. President, good afternoon, sir. You're going to California. Is this about coming up with a plan B for 2024? Does Gavin need to stand by?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Yes,
We're looking at you.
Sir, Nikki
hey,
Haley and Donald Trump.
Whoa. What I came to tell you was, I told you we'd be announcing sanctions on Russia. We'll have a major package announced on Friday. I'll be happy to sit with you all when doing that, okay?
Who would you rather challenge in November, Nikki Haley or Donald Trump?
Oh, I don't care.
Ooh, oh, God. Oh, yeah,
I had a long, steamy night with Lawrence O'Donnell.
Does he know this? What does the lovely and talented Mrs. O'Donnell think of this?
Who cares? Hey, listen. Speaking of beloved, you know how I caught this, Jody?
How?
By the way, Jody Hamilton, I just shot her blood pressure through the moon because I asked for all these sound bites.
I've been there,
this
Jody.
morning.
I've been there.
I know you have. I know you have.
Can I just say, Jody Hamilton rarely barks at me in her Carol Burnett in Eunice.
Right.
register. But she's like, it's fine, Mama. It's fine. I got it. Anyway, thank you.
Stephanie Miller.
Why don't you dip yourself in flour and make a skank biscuit?
There you go.
Well, apparently I have, according to Kelly.
Weren't you skanky for like Donny Osmond as well?
Yes.
Before you came out?
I mean, skanky, its definition is I got to sing yo-yo with him and then, drooled all over him.
And Bobby
stuff.
Sherman?
Yeah.
Bobby Sherman.
Yeah, but again, fictional skankiness. I never actually... I did meet Donnie and sing yo-yo with him.
Right. You went on a date with Greg Brady.
Well...
Did you really?
Yes, it was a setup date by Disney.
To try and hide your lesbianism?
I believe so, yes. Here's a story of a little Leslie.
Did he know?
Who got her own late night show. And then the Brady movie was coming out, so they were like, oh, this will be a great date to the Emmys. She'll get publicity. And that was a great help to the show, wasn't it, Chris?
It lasted 11 weeks with you.
12.
Yeah, but...
And then someone from the Partridge Family came in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of weird.
See, it would have been better if Barry had come in.
It would have been better if they gave the show to Alice from the Brady Bunch.
But yes, Ambi Davis.
Yeah.
Or Maureen. Anybody.
Marsha.
Exactly.
She gets all the late night shows.
Yes.
Wow.
I was excited
was
when
back
she
down
followed
memory
me
lane.
on Twitter.
Oh, my God.
When Maureen McCormick started following me, I got so excited.
She kind of followed everybody. She was like Tay Diggs there for a while.
But
but
must
she knows
you
who I
harsh
am.
everyone's buzz?
I know.
Can't you
I
let
gave you Pop-Tarts.
Jody has had a long morning. Can't you give her a moment of joy, you big
He's had a bad
walking
morning,
buzzkill?
too.
I had a bad morning, too.
Oh, you had to ride your bike uphill.
Both ways.
40 miles in the snow. Sorry.
Okay. At least it wasn't raining.
Could be worse. Could be raining.
It wasn't raining.
I can help you with that hump.
What hump?
And Lonnie gave him Pop-Tarts that are iced.
I have frosted Pop-Tarts.
Oh, frosting. Ugh.
There you go.
Yes, Mark Hamill has chimed in on Twitter. He said, where do you stand on toaster strudel? And I said, I am anti-pastry of any kind, and this is the sugary hill I shall die on.
I'm with
Don't even get me started on scones. These are not the scones you're looking for. I'll see myself out.
I can't believe you said that to him.
That's funny, though.
He can't get enough of that humor.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't.
Just like Mr. Reiner can't get enough of Meathead.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Loves it. Loves it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, thank you, great American patriot, Lawrence O'Donnell. He just was pointing out, the facts, just that it is way too late.
Yeah.
He was, I think he talked about money, right? He said, first of all, people don't have it. I guess Gavin Newsom is the name that's mentioned the most
and they're
often.
not raising the money.
And we love Gavin Newsom out here, but he said he would literally leave the convention in August with zero money available to. I mean, this would be a disaster of 1968 proportions.
Yes.
And trust me, I do feel like this isn't anything happens year, and I'm like, oh my God, I know there's going to be, free Palestine protests, and oh God forbid things turn violent at the convention, like in Chicago in 1968, and of course we lost in a landslide, right? That's how Nixon won. They said Lawrence was talking about Nixon was watching the convention.
And
that's
smiled.
when he knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm just like, that's what I keep saying, is that's what they love for us to do, is get rid of and Lawrence talked about polling. First of all, you won't see it anywhere, but, because all polling is bull at this point, Chris, unless, of course, Biden's ahead, and then I'll mention it.
Exactly.
Okay, there's a new poll. He's ahead by 4 points.
I saw that. Quinnipiac.
Yes. But anyway, there's no polling. They were saying there's one poll that shows Newsom or Kamala Harris losing to Trump by a lot more. There is nobody, when you say, someone else.
Exactly.
We're going to just put someone else. He was talking about they'd have zero money. First of all, it's hugely disrespectful to Kamala Harris to just go right to, let's put Gavin Newsom in. Like, she doesn't exist.
I agree.
And like, you're not going to piss off black ladies, that is our base. I mean, it's. Oh, by the way, did you see Fox News said black people are going to vote for Trump now because they like sneakers? Yeah, that's not horribly racist. Okay, where was I?
I like sneakers. I'm not going to vote for Trump.
Yes, you do. You have fantastic high tops. He has yellow, bright yellow. He has bright red.
Did you see the gold diapers?
Yes. All right, give me some more. Lawrence O'Donnell, right there. Yeah. Okay.
20.
Yes.
I mentioned that Joe Biden's at a fundraiser tonight where he is crushing Donald Trump in the fundraising competition. The latest campaign finance reports show that the Biden-Harris reelection campaign has $56 million on hand at the end of January, while the Trump campaign had only $30 million on hand. President Biden's also raising money with and for the Democratic National Committee, which has $24 million on hand at the end of January. The Republican National Committee has $8 million.
So there's that.
There's that. But anyway, again, that I think people don't know the mechanics, that it is way too late in August to start a campaign. Yeah. So one last one, Lawrence O'Donnell.
Here's the part of the story that no one who has said Joe Biden should drop out or has written that Joe Biden should drop out has ever mentioned that every other Democrat whose name shows up in these articles as a substitute for Joe Biden, as the Democratic nominee, has raised exactly zero money for a presidential campaigin.
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's
all
that
then
matters.
He just talks about that people don't understand the mechanics of what happens with the delegates and how, I mean, it would seriously be a disaster.
A cluster?
Yes. And so anyway, but I think he just made a great, he talked about who was it? Roosevelt, who was dying literally in office. Like he was saying, a lot of presidencies wouldn't have
FDR.
survived.
FDR.
Yeah, sorry, but wouldn't have survived televised presidencies.
Oh God, no.
Like, because I think he was saying Urza. I'm just going to stick with Urza Klein.
Okay.
Until
I'm sure he
acts
loves
right.
that.
Until he acts right.
Do you want me to book him?
No.
He's been on this show before.
Of course. No, I love it. No, and Lawrence was very respectful of him.
Yeah.
He just disagrees. First of all, I don't get it, because we're basically talked about what a great president Joe Biden is and all he's accomplished. But it's the optics coverage. But he seems old. And this is a televised age, and it's like, I can't believe 91 felonies. Nobody's asking Trump to step down. Really, media? You don't think he might? There might be some reason. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe a rapist ought to step down for some reason. I don't know what. I'll think of it. It'll come to me.
That's cuckoo.
But anyway, he was. But anyway, so he wasn't attacking, John or Urza. He was just saying, again. None of that was filmed. Everything Roosevelt did in World War II. He said the actual governing is never filmed. He talked about a time in the Oval Office with Bill Clinton, who made a split-second really good decision. He's like, none of that is ever filmed. He said only the theater is filmed, and so that's part of it. Is that we want our president to perform for us,
I don't need a minstrel.